everyone, it's Katie. How are you? It's Tuesday, April 12th. What are we doing today? Are you guys having a wonderful one? I'm having a day where I literally am having a hard time staying together. I'm tired. I'm dealing with days upon days upon days of just this gunk. One minute I'm good, the next minute I'm not. That's been my day. I'm feeling very achy today, but I'm still here making content for you. Now I wanted to talk to you about Anna Duggar. So last week we talked about how Anna is never going to leave Josh because, of their belief system. And she's going to stand by her man until the end of time because they don't believe in divorce. And they believe in the power of radical forgiveness, and as long as someone apologizes and blah, blah, blah. Now listen, I know that Bowman Fadowski said that Anna actually, with the radical forgiveness, is the reason why she's not going to stay, but I actually think it's totally different. I think Anna thinks he's innocent. And I think for Anna, she's just in denial. I think that's why. I do believe that they believe in radical forgiveness. I mean, I know that that's true, and I know that she, in the past, has said that Josh is redeemed, right? But radical forgiveness would imply that Josh has admitted to doing it, right? No matter, as long as he repents to God and he makes right and he changes his attitude and he changes his actions, blah, blah, blah. It's between him and God, right? And then as Christians, you're called to, not be judgmental and, not judge other people's sins, that kind of thing. So I understand that part of it, but Anna doesn't believe he's innocent or he's guilty. So I don't think that it's radical forgiveness. I think Anna thinks he's innocent. I truly believe that she has still not evaluated her world as is because we are not at the final parts of the sentence. He hasn't been sentenced yet. There is still actually an outstanding motion about a new trial or a certain charge being dismissed or, a acquittal, which the judge has not ruled on yet. Technically, he doesn't have to rule on any motions until actually the hearing. So they are moving forward with sentencing on the 25th of May. And I actually don't think she's not getting divorced because of radical forgiveness. I think she's not getting divorced because she thinks her husband is innocent. So if you believe that your husband hadn't done anything wrong, why would you why would you divorce him? If you believed in your whole hearts of hearts, what he told you and said, it was Caleb Williams, everything is about Caleb did all of these bad things. And if she believes that and believes he's telling her the truth about that, and she doesn't want to believe that he's lying because why would he lie? Because godly people don't lie. Then she isn't going to leave him. Does that make sense? Now, if he were to confess and say he did this and admit and acknowledge that he's done this and come around and stop playing games in court, I think it would be very different. I think at that point we could start talking about radical forgiveness, but I don't think it's radically forgiven. It's about denial still. Does anyone else feel the same way? If you remember, her very last post on Instagram was about there's another side to the story, and that linked to his motion where he basically says that it's Caleb's fault, not Josh. So if you're living in denial and your husband's done nothing wrong and you still believe he's a godly man, why would you divorce him, right? Even if you sat through all the evidence, she might have been able to tune out all the stuff and justify that it was actually Caleb. In the middle of that, there's been questions about whether or not Anna is still tight with the family, if there's still tension. And this actually comes from Reddit. I actually was able to record the whole video. All right, I have the whole wedding video of Jeremiah and Hannah's wedding. I somehow missed this, and there was a lot of questions about if all of the siblings made it. Initially, I was like, well, I couldn't tell if Jill was there, and then Jill went on her Instagram and said that she went to the wedding. So we know that Jill and Derek were there. Kendra was there. We saw her. People were like, oh my gosh, Kendra's pregnant. I didn't see it. But an eagle-eyed over on Reddit actually noticed that Anna was in the audience, and thankfully, I have the video of the entire ceremony that they live streamed. And when I looked through it again, I actually spotted exactly what was seen by Reddit, and I saw, oh, okay, yeah, she is there. So Anna was at the event, and I don't necessarily think that should be a surprise. And it looks like it's an M boy, so it could be Marcus or Michael. Maybe it could be Mason. Mason's like what, 4 now? I don't know. The child could be standing up on a chair. So if this is true, and if Anna went to Nebraska, and you know what, I don't think that would surprise me, because honestly, like, Jeremiah is an uncle to her kids. So why wouldn't she go to the wedding for Jeremiah so that her kids could see their uncle get married? You have to remember that the kids live on the Duggar property, and so did Jeremiah. And so they are close to their aunts and uncles. They're in the big house a lot. Why wouldn't they want to be at the wedding for their uncle getting married to their new aunt? But Anna's not sitting down in the front with the family, which I thought was interesting. So the rest of the family sat way up in the front, and Anna and Em were more in the back. And I didn't see any of the little girls with her either, so I don't know. Maybe we just couldn't see them in the crowd. But she was very discreet if she was there, because when everyone was leaving the wedding, and as they were like dispersing, I still couldn't see her. So Anna goes to Nebraska for the wedding with one of her kids. I'm sure others went as well. And that means she's still on good terms with the Duggars. Like, I'm sure we already know this, but like, she's still living on the Duggars property, and she's like living in that warehouse, and the kids are still living there, and they've been with the Duggars. I mean, she actually has custody. A lot of you have asked what is going on with Josh and Anna's kids, and is there an investigation? What happened with the evaluation that would have happened with the court that they ordered after his conviction? And that I don't know. I wish I could tell you. Right now, there's no court cases against Josh for anything related to his kids. We have no idea what came out with the pre-sentencing investigation. So I don't know. Like, there's no current, like, they didn't file charges against Josh in Arkansas. There's no open cases against Anna. So I don't know. I don't think there's anything new to report on the kids. And we might not know, to be honest. Some of the stuff when it relates to the minors is just not for our knowledge or information. And the state of Arkansas has pretty strict laws about children who are victims. And so a lot of those cases are not even like accessible to the public because of child maltreatment cases being private and confidential. And then if you understand like what happened with the records for the girls, their county is even more like very tight-lipped about everything, and they don't do any like disclosures. So if you're expecting like some sort of leak to happen, no. Unless there's actually charges that come, we might never know. And that's probably for the best. Right now, we do know that his kids are not with him. And right now, we do know that Josh is still behind bars. So every once in a while, you know, when I'm feeling like sad about my life, I like to go to Washington County's detention center and just check in on Josh and see how he's doing. And sometimes I'm like, oh, look, he's still there. So Josh has been behind bars since December 9th. That is 4 months now that he has been away from Anna. The longest time in their marriage that they have not, you know, she has not had to deal with the daily duty of being Josh's wife. If I'm just being honest, this might be a nice break for Anna. Even if like they're separated, like having to put up with his daily needs, and we know what that means when it's married to Josh. Anna is at the wedding with the kids. Jill and Derek were there. She's not sitting by the family. That I guess maybe doesn't surprise me. Maybe she didn't want to be seen. Maybe she wanted to blend in more and didn't want to be able to like be as visible on camera. And, you know, she's still going to be such it's still so highly like scrutinized that she might want to be keeping a low profile. So there's that. And if you remember, Mackenzie, her daughter, went to the bridal shower for Hannah. So it shouldn't surprise us that Anna would go to the wedding. I mean, does it really surprise you? I don't expect her to move either because she's still standing by Josh. So nothing radically is different with Anna today. But she was apparently in Nebraska at a wedding for Jeremiah. So the Duggars and Anna are still on best friend terms. Anna is still living at the property. The story that I broke a couple weeks ago about Anna forming a business in March is just hitting like the mainstream today. So just remember, you heard that here first. Anna opened a business called Home Field Properties back in March. Is she hiding assets for Josh? That we don't know. Is she continuing to make questionable moves? Yes, but do we believe that Anna's behind it? No. That's what I've got for now. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.